To say that our next guest is a fighter would be the understatement of the decade. As a matter of fact, she's been called a miracle.
That is because 8 months ago, Charlotte Rice was born with no kidneys. You heard me right, no kidneys. With her family by her side every step of the way, little Charlotte fought hard and has overcome obstacle after obstacle. And
while she still has a long road ahead of her, today Charlotte is thriving, and we are honored to have Charlotte in studio with us today, along with her mom Megan and Nicole Scharf, who's with the National Kidney Foundation of Maryland. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
What a cute kid.
Thank you.
Megan, let me ask you, take us back to when you were pregnant and you found out there was a problem.
Well, about 2 weeks before she was born, our midwife decided that we should probably have an ultrasound done because I was not growing like I should be. And in that ultrasound is when they found out that I had very low amniotic fluid and that she had no kidneys. Up until that point, we didn't know anything was wrong with her. We just assumed that it was a normal pregnancy. After that, we did a couple more ultrasounds just to make sure.
Right.
And we did an MRI at Children's National Medical Center in DC, and that it was confirmed that indeed Charlotte had no kidneys.
What were they saying to you? What was her prognosis?
Most babies that do not have kidneys like she does, they don't survive that long in utero. They usually pass early on in pregnancy.
Right.
And if they do survive the birth, they only live a couple minutes.
My goodness.
A couple minutes to hours afterward.
But she was born.
She was born. And she was born crying. And one of the main things without kidneys is the amniotic fluid is missing.
Right.
And because there was lack of amniotic fluid, her lungs potentially could not have been developed. That's usually what happens with the babies that don't make it. But surprisingly, her lungs are just fine. So she must have had some fluid in there for some point of time.
She looks like a healthy, happy baby, but you did face she did face some obstacles?
She's faced a couple obstacles. She's on dialysis right now due to the lack of kidneys. She had to have surgery at 2 weeks old.
Wow. To
have her peritoneal dialysis catheter placed. She also has a G-tube to help with feedings and medications. And while the catheter was healing, which is supposed to heal for 4 weeks before it's used, she became fluid overloaded, which means fluid would build up in her lungs, and she was basically drowning in her own fluid.
Wow.
So that happened a couple times, but luckily she overcame that.
Yeah. And so what's it look like down the road?
Down the road, we hope to have a kidney transplant. She has to be about 26 pounds in order to have that done. Right now she's only 14, so we have a little ways to go. She's got to double her weight.
Now, Nicole, this isn't, Charlotte's not alone.
No.
Kidney disease, it's prevalent, right?
It is prevalent. 1 in 3 people are at risk. If you've got high blood pressure or diabetes, that automatically puts you in a higher risk category for kidney disease. The National Kidney Foundation is working hard to develop research that is needed to find out, what we can do to stop the rise of kidney disease. And, in Charlotte's case, dialysis right now is her option. You can't survive without your kidneys.
Right.
Your kidneys regulate your blood pressure. They help produce red blood cells. They alleviate all the waste from your body. So without your kidneys working 24/7, you can't survive. So she's on dialysis until she can get a kidney transplant that is going to do the work of the kidneys that she's missing.
You think it's safe to say most of us don't even think about our kidneys?
We don't. We don't think about our kidneys. We don't understand how hard they're working in our body until we're faced with a problem when they're not working.
Yeah.
And then dialysis is on the horizon, or a transplant, because a transplant and dialysis aren't a cure for kidney disease. They're just forms of treatment. So most of us aren't thinking about it. So getting regularly checked from your doctor is important, especially if you've got high blood pressure or diabetes. Maintaining a healthy diet is really important. Doing those things that are going to help your kidneys, not damage them.
Yeah. And those affected can benefit from services by the National Kidney Foundation?
Yes, the National Kidney Foundation, we provide grants to patients that are on dialysis to try to get them to and from. We help financially with assistance that they might need in their personal lives. And then we also do a lot of education for primary care physicians, nephrology doctors. Education is a big piece for us as goes along with the research.
Right. And there's kidney walks.
Kidney walks. That's how we raise the funds to be able to provide all of the resources to the patients. We have our kidney walks across the country, and we have 3 in just our service area on Delmarva that we do. We do 1 in Baltimore. We also do the Southern Delaware Kidney Walk, which is on Sunday, April 30th at Cape Henlopen State Park. Beautiful walk. It's about 3 miles. We have a shorter, friendly route for patients that can't walk the whole 3 miles. And then the following weekend, on Sunday, May 7th, is the Salisbury Kidney Walk at Winter Place Park in Salisbury. Yeah. Registration for that is at 9, and we walk at 10.
What does it mean to you, Megan, to see that others wanting to support?
I think this is a great cause to support. It's all of the proceeds, they stay right here on the shore. They help with education, they help with research, and it's just a great thing to support.
Well, I think she's about ready. She's had enough. Looking a little tired there.
Gotta tell you though, I love the sound of young life.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you so much for coming in and bringing
for
Charlotte
having
in.
us.
Of course, gotta let you know, WVOC is a proud sponsor of the Kidney Walks, and if you would like to read more about them, just go to our website, delmarvalife.com.